Yeah, I'm doing this again. Sorry for the 6-month wait since the last one. I was in a coma, and since that time my little brother has been playing. I think he's been like uploading all these gameplay videos with, hold on, with anime skins. I don't know what he's doing, but we're back to doing the real thing that you're all here for. Let's start with the name of the map. It's the third one. Waterhole. What does this mean? Well, what you see in the picture is the final section of this map. You have to play War down to know this. You should be aware of that by now. The name comes from the fact that this is a hole that has water in it. It's as simple as that, folks. There's nothing else to it. Alright, let's talk about the safe room first. So, the pile of gibbs that used to be here is moved here now. I'm not 100% sure why I did that. It makes no... Why would they pick that up to move it there? I don't know. Now, if you stand on it, nothing happens, except I'll probably get demonetized, but it doesn't matter because there's no ads on this anyway. There's meant to be a voice line, well, like a little conversation that plays if you look at it. In an update, at some point, I broke that, and now it never plays, so you'll never hear it, but I can force it, so...
Are you gonna be okay?
Shut up, Nick.
Hey, Nick. He is better looking than you.
Rochelle!
Nicholas.
Yeah, you're missing out on that. I'm sure you're miserable about it. All of these can open, by the way. There's nothing in them, I think. I'm like 70% sure. We got this out of bounds area. There's nothing up there except pipes that are copy-pasted. Now let's actually play the map. This first hallway, there's nothing funny about it. You've got the same restrooms I've copy-pasted like 3 times so far, I think. We've got this diner area. It's been about the same since the first version. It had this little kitchen area with a freezer that is not cold. There's not much to it. I think there may or may not still be a laser sight spawn here. I don't know. Hold on. I don't know, but there was at some point. Also, I think you actually could go this way. It was like an RNG path. But don't quote me on that. I have an early version of this map that we'll go through last, so I guess you'll find out. Okay, this place is like the best place to hold out for the event. I even knew, because the common infected can only come from this place. I even knew this when I was making the map originally, and yet I never changed it. I'm not too sure why. Ignore the red bushes. I think I'm going to delete that, but I don't know. We have this funny area with the light that isn't a... That is... You'd think that would be like a light brush, because that's a thing you could have in Gmod. Turns out that doesn't exist in Left 4 Dead, so we're stuck without it. I don't know why the sprite for it only comes from the middle. Doesn't make sense. This whole section used to just be a big block of water. These paths around, these pillars, this whole thing here, wasn't a thing. Neither was that little upper area. It was just a big block of nothing. Now let's talk about the event itself. This whole press the button to open the door thing requires me to cough. Hold on. I think I have the green flu. Anyway. This used to not exist, this whole door thing. It used to be blocked off with the... I should have just loaded this SV cheats. It used to be blocked with these, and you wouldn't be able to go through. And you said you have to go through that way. Also, this didn't used to exist. You'd have to go through this way, and you'd go upstairs, and then go through what currently is nothing, but there was a doorway here, which is why this place has an elevation, because otherwise I don't know why it would be. So here was the original event. This is where you... This is what... Okay, so... You'd go through this doorway, and you'd go here, right? You'd go downstairs, or jump over, it doesn't matter. There would be a button here, you'd press it, and then this door would very, very slowly open. And there was like a window here that comments could go through. I think I made this, like, speed that it moves, like, 0.2 of a hammer unit per second, so it'll take, like, 2 minutes for it to open in this cramped area where common infected can come from above. So, be glad I changed it. The gameplay of this campaign isn't great, but it was worse at some point. Originally, this whole area, to go through there and all to that, didn't used to exist. You'd just go through, take a right turn, take a left, and then you'd be in the little pipes area. Lucky for you, I changed that.
Anybody home?
This section looks unpleasant, I'm sure. You have this elevator drop down here for whatever reason. Because the idea was, oh, a charger could wait here and then boom, you're dead. Which is why I put a barrier here, so it would be harder for chargers to do that. I'm not sure what I was thinking. I have to cough again, hold on. You're lucky I cut these. We got this section. Up there, if you climb through, you go through and then you got the pit of despair here, but we'll get back to that. This here room.
That's a shit ton of bodies. Nope.
Don't know why I didn't make this guy swing around on a rope, that would have been fun. This room here, I had this idea, where it'd be like covered in bricks, right? And you'd have to use C4 to break it. And I was gonna make like this whole blender thing. Can you get out the way, Lily? You'd have this whole blender thing where as in the program, you would have like a 3D model animation of all the bricks just exploding out, and it'd been super fancy. There'd be all this cool stuff that isn't corpses in here, and you'd get like a horde spawn, so you have to choose whether you want to go. Problem is, the tricky part wasn't the blender stuff, the tricky part was getting the model for the C4. For some reason I couldn't figure out how to get the textures to work, so it never happened, which is sedge.
Watch out for the hole.
I don't know why I put this hole here. I spent like a good while making brushes for it for whatever reason, because it kind of looks like a dog. I don't know. You have this section that has 2 blockades for whatever reason, and it has Maxwell slash whatever things that cat is called.
Shotgun.
You can't go through here, there's nothing there. Through here you have the very scary jockey jump scare. Truly terrifying.
Up the stairs.
Stay here.
Okay, now we got this section. So, I vaguely remember, I think it was like Half-Life 2 or something, I played a section where like you would accidentally bump into something and it would just cause like a little steam effect. Or maybe something else, I don't know. And I thought that was a fun idea, so I wanted to include it in this. So if you bump into these,
I call foul.
that happens, then you get a horde spawn. It doesn't make too much sense because you can shoot these all day and nothing happens. So, just don't think about it too hard. And bots don't seem to understand it, so that's why I made them wait. This funny vent here, I've seen videos of people playing this campaign, and every time, I probably shouldn't have bumped into that. I hope it stops at some point, I don't remember. Every time you see people play this campaign, they try and shoot it to go through, which is very silly, because they can't do that. But as it turns out, they know the map better than anybody else, because you actually can go through here and give people with epilepsy seizures. This was the original path. This place is empty, it used to have a more maze-like structure. You'd go through this vent, and enter the spa, which we'll get to later. I removed it because I figured it wasn't needed, and I reused the vent idea for the thing in map 2. So yeah.
You guys see that?
Nope.
So we got the funny charger here.
Let's go.
Oh no, the sniper. It used to play... Okay, so funny thing with animations. The charger's set to play his, like, charging, moving animation, right? The charger looked a little different, I understand that, but it wasn't playing any animation. Because the funny thing with animations, for props like this, is that the movement is defined on what the, like, actual movement of the entity is. But the charger entity isn't actually moving, it's just attached to, like, a brush that moves on its own. So it just kind of stands there. It used to play like a stagger forward animation, which looked better, but I changed it for whatever reason, and just never changed it back even when I notice it's worse, so I don't know. More out of bounds areas, there's not many of those. We have this truck here, which who knows how it A got in here or B what it's used for. Just don't think about these things, and this door opens really quickly for some reason.
Dang,
Here we
look
go.
at Nick's jacket.
Yeah, thanks, Ellis.
Y'all know you shot me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the... Okay, so the name of the map is... The file name is waterpark3_spa, I think. And this is meant to be the spa area. You got the vent that you would drop down and go to. Added this later. Now, this used to be... Well, it wasn't used to be. It was meant to be a much bigger area. Because you have this. This is just a boarded up section. You'd think there's not much here, right? Here's a
You
fun
stay
fact.
here.
This place is huge. And has more no draw in it, but it doesn't matter because you can't go here. The idea was that this would have like the actual spa bits. Because this is just a hanging out section, I guess. But this is like you'd go around, then you go through this door here, and then you'd enter this section, and this door was blocked off. But I was too lazy to make that entire area, so I never did. It's that simple, so here we are. Also, this door gets removed in Versus because commons can't break through it. Yeah, I cared about Versus when I was making this map for some reason. You have the broken water textures that disappear when you look at them a different way. I don't know why. There can be a chance for laser sights down here. There isn't right now.
There's the safe house.
No siree, Bob.
God damn it.
The classic case of the safe room
First aid kits.
fake out, and there's no draw there. It happens all the time in custom campaigns. Figured I'd do it as well. Now this section is meant to have like a drawing of a tank on it. It's got like a decal on the brush. Doesn't work. Apparently you can't attach them to entity brushes because this thing can break. I think I don't know if it's breakable by infected, but I don't remember if I made it so only tanks can break through or all commons. So who knows? If you go through it though, you can see the actual tank. Shut up, Nick. We got the actual tank that this guy like killed him and set him on fire or something, and the tank broke through here, I guess. Don't think about it. Now we have the funny section that everybody likes. And by everybody, I mean nobody. This is part of survival. I made a survival map of this section. You probably haven't seen it. I don't remember. I think this has been the same pretty much the whole time. I think this was one of the few sections I actually looked at reference photos of indoor water parks for. Not that you can tell, but like the little raised area and these things, I think were like based on something I saw. I'm not too sure. It's going to be very loud if we go through it, so I just want to go around the trigger right now. I don't know why the bots aren't moving. So, you can look around. There's not much to it. Only a couple of these lights.
Just run.
Only a couple of these lights work, and yet the place is bright as all get out. There's some neat stuff up here. You got this section where the commons actually spawn. Now I wanted
Safe
to.
house.
Right. Now I don't remember this is actually only a survival thing, but I assume it applied it to all. I did. Where I wanted special infected to come from above, but they'd always spawn like around here and whatever. So this is a teleporter that teleports you to the top, and it exists in this section as well. It's pretty neat, and you can see how the breakable wall doesn't share the same lighting as everything else, because that's just how I do things. There's nothing up here.
Back in the water. Son of a bitch.
The sound effect of that is somewhat
Ammo
delayed,
here.
but oh well. I don't remember if there's anything around here. We've got more dressing rooms. You only get the female one, the male ones aren't worthy. I don't know why I added these sections as if you'd ever go to them, but oh well. Oh dude, I forgot to mention. The safe room writing, aka the wingdings. If you're wondering what these wingdings mean, it's actually spoiler alert. I think it stands for Four-Sided Coin is the next campaign. Yes, I had come up with the name for Four-Sided Coin all the way while I was making this.
First aid kits here.
So yeah, I don't know why I chose to do that in case I was ever going to change it, but I never did, so it doesn't matter. I'm trapped. Oh wait, that's it. I'm not doing map 4 in this video, am I? Hold on, how long have I been recording? Only 18 minutes. We need to check the early version, don't we? Let's go and do that.
Hey, Nick, didn't that suit used to be white?
What? Is this some kind of sick joke? No, you do it.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are in the early version. You can tell
Guns
because
here.
it's full of dev textures. There's also no commons then spawn because the nav mesh isn't a thing for this. If you're wondering why the voice lines were so delayed there, it uses a different method to play them. Doesn't use scripts, it uses scene entities. So these still open, that's still always a thing. Oh, it was open at some point. Oh, well, look at that. Yeah, so this section has been fairly similar. You got the diner that you can go through. Oh yeah, this is a door that you could like open and go through. Don't know why I removed that, but I did. And here's the sad place. I think it's smaller actually. Now I'm looking at it. I think it is,
Boomer
yeah.
pile here.
So this is, not particularly exciting. It's the worst place you could ever hold out ever, unless you like jump onto here, I guess, because commons can't get up here. Here's the main attraction, though, the pile of barricades, and you can see how the underside of them isn't textured. And as you can see, you can go through that. If this wasn't here, the funny door wasn't a thing.
Shotgun.
And look, it's the funny doorway I was talking about, and the very slow door. You've got, I put a little alarm thing there, there's the thing that commons can go through. I'm not going to press this because the alarm is going to play for a long while, and I don't think I can turn on SVGs right now. Oh, I can. Oh, let's play it then. Look at it go. Look at that speed. You don't need to hear that, so I'm always very literal with my item names. Okay, got... Oh, this was always a here. Oh. I should note I haven't checked this map out either, so I don't even remember what I've changed. This one isn't open right now, though. And then... I'm guessing this is a later version, because I know for a fact that this whole section wasn't extended before. I'm sure of it. Can't go through there. We have the...
Try and be careful.
Oh yeah, these! I forgot about these. These grates, so they're like RNG. So one can spawn there, there, or there. It's random each time. If they do spawn, oh, you have to go under this one. You have to go under this one. And this one, you have to know to jump onto here. And then, for some reason, I didn't put a trigger there, and then you can jump through it. What is that noise? Spicy acting up, I don't know what's wrong with him. And here we have the original vent section that I was talking about. Shut up, Spicy! Okay, so here's the actual maze. It's not much of one. This section doesn't exist in the later part, there's nothing here. The pathway to get to the spa is the same. You just go forward, take a left, and then you're good to go. I'm glad I removed this, but unfortunately I made a longer and worse version in map 2, so You've got the blue lighting here, that was always a thing. Here we go. So, this doorway is blocked, as you can tell, and you would have had to go through here. You got this big section. You'd have to go around, go through here, and you're in.
Taking the right
Probably should have kept that, but... Oh, see, there's the laser sights I was talking about, but... I guess I was too lazy.
Safe pass ahead.
Sure is.
bullshit.
Okay, so I'm assuming yep, tank's still here, nothing's changed. Oh yeah, more stuff about this. So these like panels, they would only... How do I explain this? Always one of these doorways would be open, but it would be random which one. I don't know why I did it, because it doesn't matter. You have to go through this whole gauntlet either way, but oh well.
Back in the water.
That's
Son
the
of a
same.
bitch.
I don't think there's anything changed about this section other than the lack of textures. Do we still have the teleporters? We don't! They were added later, apparently. It's so sad. This section's the same, it's got all the same stuff as last time. Except this is the only place with lighting, for whatever reason. Then you got the safe room. Okay, there you go, you've seen the entirety of the map 3 of watered down... I thought I stopped you. The entirety of the map and everything about it. I know for a fact that I'm going to record, that I'm going to be editing this later. And I'm going to have thought of something that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't, and I'm not going to re-record it, so who knows what you missed out on. Map 4 commentary coming in next century.